Ben Sapiro, listen up. You have to take stock. You have to run a risk assessment here on making a murderer. I understand that you sent a survey out. How many people believe Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are innocent or guilty? And at the end of the show, you're going to find out how many people's minds you have changed to make Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey guilty. There's a policy in that I'd like to bring to your attention, Ben. You got a shitload of shows. You got multiple streams of income coming in here. And the DailyWire took on Making a Murderer. Okay? Sean Rack. I put up a video here that shows you how long I've been at this. Okay, I've been at this a hell of a lot longer than you have. So don't try to tell me. You're not going to convince me of shit. And the reason is because I am grounded in evidence, or the lack thereof. Ben Sapiro. You mean to tell me that the DailyWire, Candace Owens, convicting a murderer, put a soundbite in and showed Stephen Avery's trailer of Teresa Marie Halbach screaming? You have no evidence of that. Thus, that's false. It cannot be proven. It can be disproven. Ben? We go over the lack of evidence. No evidence in the garage. No evidence in the burn pit. Okay? And Ben, look at me. I have, for the entire world to find out, I have convinced you by fact. I have convinced you by evidence. And yet you're still going to continue on with convicting a murderer? You know, what makes you think that Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are guilty? You can, if you have a logical thought process, if you're not totally fucking nuts or didn't have a lobotomy, you will come to the conclusion that Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are in fact innocent of this crime. Okay? Now then. $36 million. Okay? $36 million. Hear that? Hear that? That's money in the bank, Jack. I asked you to ask Donald J. Trump what his assessment is with my information that I gave you, that you have, and I have records of sending it to you, thinks about the Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey case. And does Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey have a lawsuit? Ben Sapiro, DailyWire, knows, comprehends, understands that Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are not convicted felons because fraud was perpetuated on the court, and that makes the court order void like you would void a check, and the Daily Wire is standing there crucifying Stephen Avery and telling Brendan Dassey he's a liar. You are in the interrogation room with Brendan, and you're on the side of Fassbender and Wigert. You're defending Fassbender and Wigert. You know, Making a Murderer, they left a lot of shit out. How much shit do you want in? It's not that they left a lot of shit out. It's that they picked the most important shit, and they stayed closest to the case. You've only got 10 episodes. Okay? So you're merely a making a murderer, convicting a murderer, but you're on the side of that. New Scott's not neutral. New Scott is as prejudiced as fuck. He's not giving it to you straight. You know? Oh, it's not my opinion. I'm just reporting whatever the fuck. All he is bobblehead. And he tells you to go to Mystic Jinx. If you want to go to the devil's fucking daughter, sure. Okay. But that's what it is. Ben. Convicting a murderer is evil. Do you understand me? That is evil. And you're putting out evil shit in your name. It's not my opinion. This is a fact. What would happen, risk assessment, what would happen if the Daily Wire all of a sudden pulled Convicting a Murderer? Now then, there is no amount of fucking money that you can spend at advertisement. You don't even have to spend money on advertisement. Just pull the show. And what would happen if you refunded everybody's money? Oh, shit. Now then, if you want to talk advertisement, that will be an atomic fucking bomb. If you want viewers to come flocking to your fucking show, all you have to do is say, that's it. We have put out, it's our apology, but we put out a defective product. Your product is defective, Ben. Listen to me. Go to Millbilly. Have a nice conversation with him. Millbilly's been in here from the very beginning. Okay? From the very beginning. I was in here from the very beginning. Between the two of us, we're probably the most OG in Making a Murderer. Okay? We're the fucking gods of Making a Murderer, alright? Listen to us. Listen to us. I sent you links to YouTube channels, okay? Facebook pages. Those are the people that really know what's going on. If you got shined on, you got snookered, you got tooken, okay? Daily Wire did not know what the fuck it was getting into when it got into it, and it's been led astray this whole time. Ben, you have nothing of investigation that I have, that Millbilly has. Oh, Dr. Silkman, there you go again. You go to the son of the devil, okay, to go get misinformation. And then call it Stephen Avery's Explorers. No, Ben. They're controllers. The truth, boom, out you go. That's what happens. That's why I'm a lone wolf. That's why Millbilly is basically a lone wolf. Okay? Now, I want to point out something to you. I've sent you links. You've got the links, whether you view them or not. If you want to shit can them, fine. I sent them to you. You have them. I got records of it. That's all that I give a fuck about. If you watch me, you watch me. You don't, you don't. Whatever. It's out of my hands. It's on you if you didn't watch me. I can show that, I sent it to him. Well, we didn't watch it. Oh, sorry, President Mr. Trump. Don't be a fucking idiot. Your empire is on the line. Chad Spencer Keller went to Trail, British Columbia, and he got a straw, a cup, something. And he has Teresa's DNA. Okay? He got Teresa's DNA. He's sitting there with Teresa's DNA. Okay? Teresa and Chad are in contact with each other. Okay? We have Teresa Marie Halbach's address, you fucking fool. And she's sitting right over there in Trail, BC. Okay. What happens to Convicting a Murder and DailyWire when the whole fucking world finds out that you've been fucking them? I don't know how any other way I can express it better. But you're fucking us. And that's what you're doing. You're on the wrong side of truth. You're deceptive. Lie. You're lying by not telling the truth. What do I mean by that, Rick? Well, yeah, Stephen did this, Stephen did that, whatever the fuck. Colburn did this, somebody did that, oh, whatever the fuck. Okay? But DailyWire will not. DailyWire will show his bedroom, run a scream under it, and leave it at that. You're lying to your audience. You're straight up fucking lying to your audience. You're using Brendan's word that he recanted against him. You're against Brendan. You want to fuck Brendan even more. Okay? An innocent 16-year-old kid didn't even know what the fuck was going on. And you're fucking him even more. You are the enemy. Now, I sent you videos of Midway and Pearl Harbor, Navy shit. They were entertaining, I hope. I'm glad you liked them if you did. But there's a meaning. I'm speaking to you through video. The Daily Wire. Okay. Pearl Harbor is making a murderer. That was Pearl Harbor. Nobody knew shit. And then a shitload of investigators just populated. Well, with making a murder, convicting a murderer, I don't see a whole shitload of people populating convicting. It's all making a murder, everything's making a murder. And there's a bunch of people jumped in and said, hey, no, wait a minute, something's fucking wrong here. You know? But convicting a murder, well, you're the Japanese. And you're coming upon Midway, a knowledgeable, now not ignorant crowd, a knowledgeable crowd of individuals that know that Ken Kratz is fucked. Okay? We've done our studies. And you have a difficult crowd because these people were not fooled. Then you have to have Silkman to keep them fooled. See, Silkman's got an agenda. Teresa's dead, it's her around 4. I don't give a fuck what you say. All right? And all the Facebook pages. Teresa's dead. And it's her rapport. And then here comes Candace Owens, Ben, and she's up there and she's doing the same fucking thing that Making a Murderer did. Cut the bottom off of the fucking sheet. Don't show the... Well, at least in Making a Murderer, I gotta hand it to them. They showed the green rapport. You knew in your editing, Brenda, you knew in your editing that they was going to come up to that green rapport. You didn't want to see people see that green rapport. So you just spade the green rapport and you stuck your stomp in. That's lying to the audience. Schuster. Schuster is Auto Trader, excuse me. Schuler. Yeah. You fucked over Candace. See what's going on here? So you are one-sided. You are the guilty as fuck, and you conjured DailyWire into it. Yeah. Sean Reck. You conjured them into it, Ben. They got conjured into it. Now you're all going off with the fucking information that nobody had, as if you've never seen Making a Murderer to begin with. We are so fucking advanced than you are. Dude, you're gonna get your ass sued. The evidence is gonna come out. Can Chad Spencer Keller produce Teresa Marie Halbach in the flesh, live? Well, there is that possibility now, isn't there? See, Ben, you're on a lie. Convicting a murderer is a lie. Making a murderer is a lie. Kathleen T. Zellner is a lie. They're all liars. Not one of them told the truth yet. And you got suckered into it, and your whole entire empire, and your co-host's empire, and you're going to be branded Bud fucking Light. That's what you're going to be branded, dude. Your shit is going to be taken out from underneath you. You can't have Teresa Marie Halbach showing up alive. You can't have that. If that actually did occur, of which there is a possibility or a probability depending on how you react to it, why is Teresa Marie Halbach not coming forward and saying, I'm Teresa Marie Halbach, I'm alive, and these two are innocent? Why is she not doing that? What does Teresa Marie Halbach feel like knowing that these two men are in prison? They sacrificed their life for hers. Didn't that eat on her for a while? There's psychology going on. There's a little bit of guilt. And now that's all over the fucking world. She can't come out with making a murderer. Fuck no. She can't come out with convicting the murderer. Fuck no. Brendan Dassey. The true story of a false confession. Confession, guilty, not guilty, guilty. You know, false confession. Who hears the false? There's the picket. How about the true story of an innocent man? Can't have that. You gotta have confession written in there. See the psychology going on, Ben? You need to hire my ass. You need to hire Millbilly. You need to hire some of us people. Well, satellite, of course, no problem. But anyway, you need to start cutting some fucking checks, dude. Woo! Did you hear that Ben Sapiro pulled the plug on Candace Owens convicting a murderer? Issued an apology to their audience and refunded their money? Ben pulled the plug on Candace Owens. Ben, make an apology to your audience, or at least tell them it's defective. It's recalled. They recalled the Ford Pinto, didn't they? Then recall and say, we will be back. We're going to revamp our material to be more in line with the truth. Can you do that? What the fuck would happen? Ken Kratz would shit his fucking pants. Tom Fowler, Norman Gunn, the whole crew will shit their fucking pants because their evil scheme to keep their ass out of the fucking fire backfired on them, because Ben Shapiro runs a clean, truthful coverage you can count on. You know? Didn't it say coverage you can count on? Green RAV4. Well, evidently it's not coverage you can count on, or it's a green RAV4. But what the fuck are you going to do, Ben? What the fuck are you going to do if Teresa Marie Halbach walks out of the woods and says, here I am? The DailyWire contracts with Chad Spencer Keller. Ben Sapiro, write Chad a check. Ben Shapiro, write Teresa St. Jean Marie Halbach Crockett $1 million check. Write a $1 million check to Teresa St. Jean Crockett in Trail, BC, Canada. There you go, you Scott. You're a Canuck. Now then, Teresa St. Jean Crockett stands to get $1 million if she plays the part of Teresa St. Jean Crockett in Trail, BC. There you go. And we all think that she's Teresa Marie Halbach. And the script is Chad Spencer Keller, along with Ben Shapiro himself, along with Candace Owens herself, along with Brenda Schuler herself, the entire fucking crew, and go to Trail, BC. Now, I want you to hire Stacy Seabrook to go to Trail, BC and play music, in the hopes that Teresa St. Jean Crockett shows up, smokes a cigarette, has a drink, straw, whatever, and we can get DNA. And Chad Spencer Sellers is sitting over there in the background, all hidden and shit, you know. And not make a documentary. But your documentary 10-part series, my ass. No. DailyWire's first movie. Paid actors, and I showed you the movie. You've got the movie. There's the script right there. We got all the lawyers flying in. We got all the cops flying in to the airport. We got the train with all the YouTubers on it. Okay. I gave you and it's a music video. Musical. Dark Brandon. Okay? Dark Brendan. Dark Kyle Rittenhouse. Brendan. Let's get Kyle Rittenhouse in here, maybe. I don't know. But we're going to make a movie instead of a documentary. Making a Murderer is a fucked up documentary. Screw those bitches. Convicting Murder is even worse, actually. You know, Laura Moore sound more sincere, whatever. But Candace Owens and Brenda Schuler, you come off like fucking holier than thou, snotty ass, and you're real bitchy, you know? Just bitchy, bite backing, you know, gossipy. Fuck. No, it's got all the spin on it, got all the fucking bells and whistles of editing and shit, but when you really come down to content, you're snotty ass, nose stuck up in the air, I know it all, fuck you if you don't agree with me, and I'm just gonna just smear the fuck out of this, and I'm gonna go whack off fucking law enforcement at Picnic Park. You know, that's really what you're fucking show. And then they lie to you. Well, the found Teresa Marie Halbach in the key in the bedroom. Okay, now let's go. Candace. And then we go smear the fuck. It's a fucking hit piece. It's a piece of shit. Okay? Making a murder is a piece of shit. You're worse. What happens? What happens if Teresa Marie Halbach is found alive? A farm in Kansas. Ben? Yeah. I'd be getting some facial recognition on her. That's right. I'd fly up there. I would. Don't go up there without Chad Spencer Keller. Okay? He's the guy that got the ball. He gets the credit. He's the guy. Ben, pull your shit down. Pull the plug. Refund everybody's money. And say, we're recalling it and we're going to revamp it and then spit it back out. And it's going to turn into unmaking a murderer. I don't give a fuck what you think about Stephen Avery. I don't give a fuck what I think about Stephen Avery. You are fucking over justice. And you're allowing the evil enemy, these fucking bastards, to railroad a U.S. citizen, like him or not. And if that happens, you're giving them the green light that all other law enforcement agencies can get away with every fucking thing. They're just untouchable because the news media will bow down and suck their fucking dick. Okay? That's what it is. And you are just another one bowing down to the fucking politicians. Okay? You spread your ass and you say, lie to me. That's the reality, the illumination of the situation in which you find yourself. And I'm full of shit.